Hello all you fishies out there, welcome back to another video! Yes guys, we are back. Can you guess from the title what we're making and the new game that is out? That has probably been out for a couple weeks now and is kinda popular. Five Nights at Freddy's. We are making Sundrop and Moondrop into puppets. Yes, guys, we're making them into puppets. I know. Cheer. It's really exciting. I mean, it's exciting for me. I don't know about anybody else, but I like the idea of making these characters into puppets since they kind of are puppets anyway, so just making them into puppets because they're already puppets. So we're making them into puppets. So right now we're making the upper torso we're obviously making both Sundrop and Moondrop. So we're just making the torsos right now. And really you just start out with a large ball and then squish it and just make that desired shape. Again, I usually use my hands for most of my tools instead of anything else. I'm just kind of squishing it around and I keep adjusting it until I find the shape I want. I apologize, bright video. I'm gonna have to change my light setting because I'm realizing that the white, when it reflects with the LED, it makes it super shiny and bright, and that might kind of be annoying sometimes. So we're gonna fix that in the future and just use a different light setting, but unfortunately for now, just kind of how it is. So it's very bright, very vibrant, easy to see, but also kind of sometimes really shiny and may not always be super great, but I'm still learning how to do YouTube. I'm still learning to edit. I'm still learning how to film, all that kind of stuff. Pretty fairly new. We got those torso pieces. I'm making basically a shorter version and then a more sped up version, or like a shorter sped up and then also a slightly longer version of these videos. So some of it's not as sped up. If you actually want to make these characters, you'll have time to make the characters because it's a little slower in some sections. If you want to make these along with me, you can do that. So yeah, we made that top piece and then that other piece, which is just like a cylinder, but bottom of the cylinder is a little bit more narrow and the top is a little wider just because it matches up with their bodies. That is that. And then we're using the tool. See, I'm actually using a tool this time. And we are just brushing down that oven baked clay. I didn't say before, but in most of my videos now, it's like I mix that Sculpey Ultralight with the Sculpey clay, which it's just the regular Sculpey clay. I also just bought some more Sculpey, Super Sculpey, I think, as well. I bought more. So this one I mixed with Sculpey and Sculpey Ultralight. So this puppet isn't too heavy because it has so many pieces and they are marionette. I said, of course. Someone texted me. I hope that didn't catch. If it did, then it's funny. Then it's an Easter egg. But there's a lot of pieces on this. I do each segment of the body. So this is the torso, and I'm just smoothing it out right now. So I use my tools. Now I also use my hands again. I like using my hands when it comes to these tools. So, that Sculpey Ultralight and the regular Sculpey clay, mixing about maybe a little less Sculpey Ultralight or half and half, just depending on your preference. But it really depends because, you don't know how heavy you want your pieces, but you obviously want them heavy enough. And they're fairly durable as long as you don't try to snap off the fingers, which you'll see later on when I make the hands. Obviously, I have kind of had some stuff already filmed, so I've got the hand right now, but obviously you're watching me make the torso. I just wanted to make sure I had enough body parts made and enough videos filmed already so that way I can go back and I can make sure and keep up with myself about finishing stuff. I know I have not finished the Huggy Wuggy sculpture yet or the SCP-3000, I believe. And okay, of course, people are going to call me and things are going to go on when I'm trying to record and film. Of course, when I'm trying to record, people want to message me. It's like, come on, stop. And yeah, and the Fizzaroli, those I will continue on. I just kind of, you know, that the new FNAF game, Security Breach. I know some people have issues with it, but I honestly really like it as an open world and never really cared for the horror aspect where it's like, oh, jump scare, jump scare, jump scare. It's like, yeah, jump scares are okay, but it's also kind of boring. And I do like the idea of like them chasing you around and stuff. I think FNAF 4, as far as gameplay goes, is my favorite because you have to listen for the breathing and you have to run to the different doors and do the different things. So I do love that aspect of being able to move around and listening for cues and sounds. Security Breach isn't really scary, but it's really cool and it's gorgeous. I love the 80s aesthetic. It's a really fun, pretty, polished game. I really like Scott Cawthon. I know people hate on him, but it's like his private business is his own private business. The fact that people invaded his private business, nobody questioned that. And I'm just like, why didn't we, like, his private business isn't anybody else's business. Like, you might, a seller who sells products like Walmart, everybody shops at Walmart, you know, we don't question the horrible things that Walmart does. You can choose not to shop there, but unless it's like, oh gosh, I don't know how to say it, but people's private business is not everybody's business. And you might not agree with them, but if you love their products, you support it. If you don't like it, then you don't support it, and you have every choice. I'm always going to support Scott. I think he's a great creator, and I'm really sad that he got threatened and treated like garbage and people chased him away because his own personal views, which is just ridiculous. And that's why people don't like talking about politics, because people's personal business, nobody cares about. Everybody wants you to have their opinion. And now we're putting in the hooks into those torso pieces. So we're putting in the hooks there. I don't need to get into it. Everybody already complained or talked about it. I have no shade on Scott. I think what he did was great. Like, his products, you know, he made good stuff. I think his personal business should have stayed his own personal business, and not everybody, like any artist, we're not going into your personal business, so it doesn't need to be known. It's your own dang personal business. As long as you're not hurting anybody on purpose, it shouldn't be a problem. So, yep, we're putting in those shoulder hooks for the arms. Then I know I went on a little tangent because I'm still very frustrated. And then we're using the Sculpey Bacon Bond to stick these eye hooks into the bodies where the arms will connect, because each piece is going to be connected by 2 eye hooks that will hook into each other. So the limbs are hooked together. I also end up using super glue on a lot of them too, because some of the hooks, the Sculpey Bacon Bond doesn't always work great. The hooks that are stuck into the clay, it works fine. But the hooks that have to be open, you know, you might have to go back over with some super glue on the hook and screw it back in. That's just how it's going to be sometimes. And yep, we're just making 2 little ball forms to make the lower body where his hips are. Obviously has very narrow, small hips and small body because that's just how they're designed. They're just like puppet designs. And yeah, Security Breach was very fun. And Sundrop and Moondrop were like my favorite characters. And fun, nope. the new version of Freddy, and I already forgot what he was called, but I loved it. It was really cool. And these characters were really cool. They don't exactly like fit that FNAF aesthetic, but it's something new, and I really liked it and enjoyed it. It was new, it was unique, it was fun. I liked them. I made them. Obviously, I'm sticking these body parts together, and you can kind of bake some of it. So I ended up putting Bacon Bond on the torso and gluing that middle section onto there, and then the bottom half, his little hips, I ended up baking that separately just so everything could dry flat. Because as you can see in some parts, I'm like pushing it down, trying to make sure those stay flat. That's pretty much what that is. Also, make sure you like, subscribe, watch more videos. Stay tuned. Keep watching for the next part. It'll be up very soon. It should be up probably maybe next week, next Sunday. I didn't post last Sunday just because I was having a rough time. Sometimes I post, sometimes I don't. I'm trying to be consistent, but obviously life happens. We got that body, we got that torso. That's pretty much most of the end of that is where it's like I'm just fixing up this torso to make sure it's good because I want it to be, you know, thin enough because his waist is really teeny and he has tiny little hips and then long legs and the outfit goes around the side of it, which I'm really excited to make this puppet just because I get to make all the like fun little clothing and stuff like that. And the hooks will be at the end for going in those hips. And again, I bake certain pieces separately. You'll get to see those last couple hooks being put in. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, watch more videos, watch more content. YouTube, the main thing is the algorithm. The more you watch, the more I get pushed in the algorithm. So I really thank you. And you can watch me put these last hooks in. I'm doing my best. I'm just trying. This is like, I'm figuring this out as I go. So thank you so much for watching. Stay mad. Be blessed. Bye-bye.